How did you get into the music business?
How we got into the music business? It all started, you know what I'm saying, I was coming from Chicago. I came from Chicago, back and forth from Montgomery, Alabama to Chicago. I ended up in the A, you know what I'm saying, and I used to hang out at these little clubs or these little spots, you know, because I was always into hip-hop and love music, you know what I'm saying, hard old music. And it was just so happened one night I was at this one club called Club Illusion, which was right off of Camerton Road. And I was just there, you know, on a DJ booth like I always do. Go holler at the DJs. It was, at that time, it was DJ Jerry, Harold Banks, Jerry Smoking B, and all these, you know, big-time DJs used to always be in the club. So, you know, we kind of had a rapport. So I was the only female rapper, or so to speak, MC, that used to get on the microphone, freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Then they started getting my voice all the time, and it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, you sound good, woo, you know. And that's how it all started. And it was one night I was at the Club Illusion. Matter of fact, I took my sister out for her birthday, and she had never heard me before, you know, so this was the first time that she ever actually heard me on the microphone, and she was just like, yeah, that's my sister, that's crazy, you know. So, you know, that one night, a gentleman by the name of Mitch Faulkner, which is he's a production person that does like commercial spots for different radios throughout the Southeast region. Probably right about now he's doing some stuff.
Big time money.
Yeah, Mitch Faulkner, he's a really, really great guy. He's one of my mentors. He's one of the persons that I always looked up to and always gave me advice what to do and what not to do. But it so happened that he was in that club that night, and that was the first time I met him at Club Illusion. And he presented me a card, and I never forget. You know, my sister was like, "What's that? Who is that?" And I was like, "He's in production, you know." And he heard me on the microphone. He thought it was a record, you know, but it was me on the microphone. And he came up to me and said, "Hey, please come. You know, we have a new radio station coming to Atlanta, which is bringing hip hop to Atlanta, called Hot 97.5." He's like, "You will be perfect. You will fit in perfect for the show." So, you know, I'm like, I've never done radio before, you know, this guy, you know, I don't know who he is, you know, so, you know, I did some background checks, and I went up to the studio, like that week after, and he gave me a liner, which was the first time I ever seen a liner where they had written out a commercial for me to record. So I did the liner, and it was about a club. And, my name was Tuesday in the club. You know, at the time I didn't have a name, so you know the day was. He said, "What's today?" I said, "Tuesday." He's like, "That's your name." I'm like, "That's my name, Tuesday." So when I cut the commercial, it was funny. Everybody was calling me was for Tuesday, you know, and it was just real funny. So that's how all this started as far as me getting, you know, the record, as far as being able to go up to radio stations and stuff like that. And they submitted over the commercial to Hot 97 to Steve Hayes, which was the program director at that time. And he's blown away, and he's like, "This girl, you know, I want to like ASAP." So I get a phone call from him, and he's like, "Hey, you interested in doing radio?" And I'm like, "Okay." You know, I had just recently had lost my mom, so I was looking for an outlet to channel, you know, a lot of that grief, and I found music, which I embedded all my everything into it, you know, and then I just kind of, you know, mastered it after a while. Listening to different artists, Jay-Z, a whole bunch of different artists, you know, which I always looked up to. And one thing led to another. I became the show producer of the show. The guys that was on the set with me at the time, KK Holiday, Bootleg, The Lyrical Murderer, and Lady G. And I created the Flip Squad. We were on 6 to 10. And our competition was Greg Street, which was on B103. And we had the #1 show in the nation. So that's how it all started as far as me getting into the music industry.
Wow, sounds good.